millions of Uyghur Muslims in Xinjiang have been put in Chinese concentration camps, while the international community debates. Welcome to China Uncensored. I'm Chris Chappell. Is what the Chinese Communist Party doing to the Uyghurs genocide? Sure, they're being put in massive concentration camps. And chained, shaved Uyghurs being rounded up onto trains sure looks bad. And of course, independent reports confirm it's genocide. The problem is, there's a lot of money to be made in China. Just look at its bond market. This is why you get companies like Apple and Nike lobbying against the Uyghur Forced Labor Act. It's hard to carry on normal relations with a country committing genocide. And so many Western democracies that say they stand for human rights are waffling about whether to label what the Chinese Communist Party is doing to Uyghurs as genocide. The Trump administration labeled it genocide. But now the Biden administration is reviewing that decision. Canada's parliament also labeled it genocide. But Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and his cabinet didn't want to. Australia and Turkey have rejected the genocide label. I mean, just because what the Chinese Communist Party is doing to the Uyghurs is evil doesn't mean it's that bad, right? We can still do business with them. Which is why today I'm having on Uyghur writer, linguist, and activist Abduweli Ayup to talk about what it was like for him inside one of these Chinese concentration camps. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
So, for some reason, there's an international debate going on about whether what the Chinese Communist Party is doing to the Uyghurs is genocide. Now, you have firsthand experience with what is happening to the Uyghurs. How did you end up in a concentration camp?
It is because of I had the Uyghur mother language kindergarten, and because of this, China put me in prison.
You were put in a concentration camp because you tried to start a kindergarten.
Yes, it's because of we are Uyghur, and I'm going to have my Uyghur kindergarten for Uyghur kids to save their language, to preserve their language.
So what happened to you once you were inside the concentration camp?
When I was inside the concentration camp, first of all, raped. It happened. And then torture, with the electric stick, electricize it, and indoctrination with propaganda against Uyghur culture and against Uyghur identity and against human dignity.
And this is basically how all the Uyghurs are treated in these camps. It doesn't matter if they try to cooperate or not.
It's all Uyghur are experiencing like this in the concentration camp. It doesn't matter you are cooperating or not. There is less or more, heavier or lighter, but it's happening to every Uyghur who are in concentration camp right now.
How do you have heavier or lighter rape?
Lighter is the ones happened only once, like me, and heavier is the one who happened repeatedly. And lighter is the one happened only once or twice, but the heavier one is for a long time with different position. And mainly aim is just ruin your dignity, just ask others that, just ask other prisoners, other camps, detainees that, yes, this is the step you're going to have if you are not cooperate with us. If you are not lose your dignity, lose your identity, lose your culture, this is the ending. This is the challenge you will have.
Oh, God. So what happens to the family members outside the camps?
the main problem is for them because they don't know what happened to them. Like I stayed there in 15 months, and my family members don't know where am I and what am I doing, am I alive or not. This kind of like um, it is really hard when you think that like at the time I asked the interrogators that yes, sentence me 10 years, 15 years, it's okay, but tell me when I will see my parents, when I will see my family members, when I will see my daughter and my wife. Like there is no this kind of exact date. There is no like this exact like saying that yes, you are this and you will have this in this amount of time. There is no this kind of like
There's no rule of law.
transparent something. There's like the main thing is there is no logic. There is no like specific rule you need to follow.
And again, this happened to you because you tried to start a Uyghur language kindergarten.
Yes, it's because of I'm going to have a kindergarten in Urumqi. I had my kindergarten in Kashgar.
Did they charge you with anything? I can't imagine them charging you with trying to run a kindergarten.
First of all, they charged me as a separatist, and then charged me as like CIA agent, and then oh yeah, I forgot that, and then religious extremist because of I asked the food, it is halal or not? Just one question. It's not. It's halal or not? And then like charge me as a extremist. But at the end, I haven't accepted any accusation. And at the end, they charge me economic crime. It means that illegal fundraising for kindergarten.
How did you get
Illegal
through
fundraising.
it?
Ah, because of my my strongness, I will not admit anything. I wouldn't admit anything. I wouldn't admit any crime. I wouldn't accept any accusation. I said I'm innocent. Actually, I'm innocent. And like they interrogated me 6 months and tortured me 6 months. And as I told you, first 3 months it's horrible. It's really bad. But after 3 months, I get used to it. That electricizing or like torturing or hanging me up or beating, and I get used to it. And I try to keep my stance. I try to keep my dignity, and it works at the end. Like yes, I'm the one. I will never obey. I will never say yes. I will never admit.
God, how do you get used to
But
something like that?
you have to because in that circumstances, there's two ways. One, keep your dignity and keep your stance. Another is follow the instruction. If I follow the instruction, I know what will happen. It's life imprisonment, and it's like terrorism or extremism or separatism. And like because of I admitted that, like because of I supported by Ford Foundation, Chinese government accused me as like a CIA agent. If I accepted, yes, I have done this, and I need to say more, and I need to create something, I need to make up something what I have done. And if I say yes to accusation of separatism, I will say something more. And if I say yes for religious extremism, I will say that I will say do something more. I just during the interrogation I said that I gave lecture more than 2,000 students, and they will upset, and they will not happy for this um interrogation if they know this, and they write it down that Abduweli created trained 2,000 terrorists. And then the next day it came to me that you said you trained 2,000 terrorists. No, I never said that. I said I gave lecture to 2,000 students. But you said that. No, I haven't. Let me to sign under the paper. I said no, because I said students, not terrorists. I haven't trained anyone to do something. I just gave a lecture. I just gave a lecture to them. Look, if I signed at the bottom that yes, yeah, that will be ending, and then I will be the terrorist.
You know, to me it sums up the Communist Party perfectly. You try to start a kindergarten, they put you in a concentration camp. So you've been trying to raise awareness about the genocide of Uyghurs. What do you think of the international response?
I think that first of all, we have this recognition from U.S. government and Canadian Parliament and the Netherlands Parliament. It's good. First of all, the recognition is very important. And second, we need international action, and we need international support. I hope we will have in the future. And first of all, this recognition, this genocide, this recognition is important. And second, and if it works, if it will affect, it depends on how are we honest, and how are we integrate, and how are we take the real action. It's that step I'm waiting for.
Why do you think some people, some governments are resistant to calling it a genocide?
I think it's mainly because of money issue. It's a trade deal. And China is the second largest economy in the world. And the international supply chain are working right now. And China play important role in this international supply chain. And the international businessmen, or international company like Apple, like Nike, they don't want to cut this international supply chain. But we cannot ignore, and for example, that it's okay to wear shoes from some companies, and it's okay to not to wear Nike shoes, but it's not okay to ignore humanitarian tragedy happening there, ignore genocide is committing there.
Yeah, I think the issue is once you say China is a country committing genocide, you can't have international businesses doing business with China. You can't have the president of the United States shaking hands with the leader of a country committing genocide.
Yes, of course. If we, for example, that the U.S. government recognize Chinese government committing genocide, and at the end shake hand with criminals, it means that if it is a genocide, the Chinese government is committing the genocide, it means that they are not the normal state and not the normal party. They are a group of criminals, and how do you shake hand with the criminals, and how do you do business with the criminals, and how do you have a normal diplomacy with the criminals? And we have criminals should be in prison, should be in the court, not should be in the court, not should be in the prison right now, because it is already criminal, genocide. If you are discussing with the genocide, yes, it's okay with the debate and with the talk and with it's okay, but already you claim that this is a genocide and then talk about business and something else, it's not honest. It's not integrated.
Yeah, maybe Disney couldn't film Mulan in Xinjiang and thank the Public Security Bureau there that's involved in the genocide of your people.
Yes, of course. First of all, Disney shouldn't film very close, shouldn't film the place very close to concentration camp, a few kilometers away. The second, they shouldn't thank the public security who are implementing this genocide right now. And the third, they should know what they are doing. They claim openly that thank public security bureau or something like that. It means that some international company, they don't care. They don't care our audience. They don't care their customers. They don't respect their customers.
Yeah. And I can definitely say this episode is not sponsored by Disney Plus or Nike.
Yeah.
And for anyone watching who wants to do something about this evil that's being committed, do you have a message for them?
We should know what we are eating. Is it related to Chinese forced labor? We should know what we are wearing. Is it related to China forced labor? And when we spend our money, is it related to supply chain connected to Chinese forced labor? Now I can say that it is a big economy, and the Uyghur forced labor is everywhere, not only in our hometown. In every Chinese provinces, we have Uyghur forced labor. So it's impossible to say that this product related to forced labor, this product is not. Actually, all related together. They are connected. So we should think that what we are buying, it means that we are feeding the Chinese atrocity, and we are supporting Chinese government committing suicide. So we need to be aware of it.
100% agree. Thanks for joining us, and thank you for keeping up this good fight.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for make Uyghur arrangements.
And if you'd like to hear more from Abduweli Ayup, check out the interview we did with him on the China Unscripted Podcast. I'll put a link to that below. Thanks for watching. It's important people learn about what's happening inside China, so be sure to tell your friends and family. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. See you next time.